If you're looking for a way to get your fire started, check out procamptech.com. They've got fat rope stick, fire strip roll, and more. Check them out, procamptech.com.
Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at this, which is the H01 headlamp from Thrunite. I just got this shipped to me. It came to me in orange. On the box, it does have an option for green as well. You can also get it in neutral white and cool white. This is coming to us in cool white. One thing to note right off the bat is that it does come in this like rubberized attachment section here, but there's no strap over the top of your head, which is nice. The battery is actually inside the light. There's no battery pack on the back as well. All right, so what do you get with the actual headlamp? They're gonna ship some silica gel. Make sure you don't eat that. You'll get your instructions. You get your micro USB to charge the headlamp, a little extra Thrunite paperwork, and then you get a bag that has 2 extra covers for the USB connection point, and then also 2 extra O-rings as well. All right, so it is IPX8 rated, so it's good down to 2 meters. It's drop resistant to 1.5 meters. You have a variety of different outputs, so Firefly, low, medium, high, and then turbo, and then an SOS feature as well. Let me just give you a close-up here so you can see what it looks like up close. There's your activation switch. That's obviously where the light comes out. There's the other end right down there. So let's turn this thing on just to show you. Press it once and it comes on. Press it again and it goes off. Hold it down, it's gonna come on at Firefly. Click it again, it'll go off. Now turn it on at Firefly, and then if I hold it down, it's gonna cycle up. So low, medium, high, back to low, medium, high, low. Let me turn it off. Double click for turbo. And now triple click for SOS. 1, 2, 3. It goes into SOS mode, as you can see. And click it again and it goes off. All right, let me read you the outputs here. So Firefly 0.5 lumens, that's gonna run for 15 days. You have your low for 6 lumens, that's gonna be for 60 hours. Medium at 50 lumens for 7 hours. Your high is 195 lumens, that's gonna run for 100 minutes. And then your turbo is 687 lumens for 75 seconds, so just over a minute. And then it's gonna drop down to 205 lumens for 85 minutes. When I click this on, you'll see that the end glows blue real quick. So you can see that, there's the blue. So 21% up to 100%, that's gonna be blue. 11% to 20%. To 20%, yep, that's gonna be red. 1% to 10% is flashing red, so that's how you're gonna know how much battery power you have left. I'll give you some thoughts and feedback on the light overall in a minute, but at least you have a sense of how much power is left in your battery. Sun keeps changing angles over my fence here, so I gotta readjust, but a couple thoughts. First of all, 75 seconds for your turbo, and then dropping down. It drops down a lot, so right off the bat, that's like, I'd like to see it burn longer and not drop down so much. So that's an initial thought. The second thought is that from 21% to 100% is a huge range, so I'd prefer to see a little bit more, maybe like 100% to 60% blue, blue, and then 20% to 59% is red. That's just a lot of range. So the color blue on the end, pressure switch, it doesn't tell me as much as I'd like to know. It's too big a range for me. Now that being said, on the positive side, it's super lightweight. It's not even 80 grams, it's 78.5 grams. So that is definitely a win. I also brought out my Nitecore flashlight, headlamp I should say. This is the Nitecore HC30, and I use this a lot, but just look, compare the size here. It's definitely notably smaller and notably lighter than the Nitecore, so that's a plus. I don't mind this headlamp, but this is a headlamp you can also convert to an EDC. This didn't come with a clip. I guess you could probably find one and put one on, but it is super lightweight, which I definitely really like. And the fact that it's USB rechargeable is definitely a win as well. Another thing I do like about this headlamp is that it does have a magnetic base. If you don't have anything, like a pressure switch or anything on the bottom of a headlamp or a flashlight, I just think it's always worthwhile to throw a tiny little magnet in there to give you the option to, put it on the underside of your car, whatever it is. You've got a little extra functionality if you've got a magnet at the base of your headlamp or flashlight. The recharging process is simple. You can see there's your little port there, so you're going to plug in your micro USB and then plug it into your wall or your computer and charge it up. It says about 3 hours total to charge it from a totally dead battery to a fully charged battery. Here's a look at the battery. It's a 16340 battery, and it's a 650 milliamp hour battery. So that's a quick look at it. Some initial thoughts. Like I said, I'd like to see a difference in the coloration as far as your charging time or your battery power left. But I do like the fact that it's super lightweight. It is tiny, so I think that's cool. And we're going to take it out into the night and use it. I will tell you, you can see in the background here, We did have a pretty major snowstorm like 2 days ago, so everything is, that's covered in snow, so it's going to reflect the light very nicely. So I'm going to try to find some spots that have snow, and then maybe a couple spots around that have less snow, so we're not just reflecting back off the nice bright snow, to give you a balanced view of what the output looks like. But let's wait till nighttime falls and then take this out and use it. We're out on the front porch now. I'm looking at a bench that is about 15 feet away. Let's go through the different settings. First, your Firefly, which is 0.5. That's what that looks like. I'm gonna show you real quick. Looking at the instructions, you can actually see this is what it'd be like to read. So you can definitely use it to read in a low light setting. So again, 0.5 for your Firefly. Let's go up to 6. So there's 6. You can definitely pick up the chair that's a little bit away. So that's 6 lumens. Let's go up to medium now, which is 50. So there's 50 lumens. Definitely you can see just fine here. It is snowing right now, so I'm going to shine this out into the snow in a minute. And obviously because of the white, we're going to have a lot of reflecting coming back. But that's what 50 lumens is. So let's go up to high, which is 195. So there's your high. That's 195. Definitely plenty of light to see around the porch here. So I'll go through low, medium, high real quick. So low, medium, and there's high. Now we're going to go to turbo, which is 687. Here's turbo. So there's 687. Definitely brighter than your high, but not, overwhelmingly bright compared to the high. Definitely some nice output though. And real quick, we'll show you the SOS here, just so you can see what that looks like as this car is pulling up the road here. All right, looking out into my front yard, we'll go through this again now. The moonlight setting, can't really see anything. Starting to pick it up on camera there at low. Here's medium. There's your high. Definitely see the snow falling. And then turbo. So my neighbor's yard is probably, I'd say, about 85 feet, maybe 95 or 100 feet across the road there. And I can definitely pick up that whole kind of front side yard across the way. You can see the kayaks that he's got over there, as well as a big pile of wood chips that he just cut down a tree, that big pile right there. And again, this is at the turbo setting. Let's go to high here. There's your high setting. You can definitely still see across the street. Again, the snow is definitely helping. All right, I'm here in my side yard. I'm gonna look over the fence and into the backyard. You can see the kids' like play area. You can see some trees in the distance. You can see the far woods as well. So let's just go through the different settings and see what we can see. The moonlight here is not really worth talking about, so let's go up to the next highest level. So this is the second level up, and you can see the snow, obviously. You can see the fence a bit there. I mean, I could see fine. I could hike with this. Wouldn't be great, but I could hike with it. Let's go to the next level. Okay, now we're definitely seeing the fence. Can't really see beyond the fence on camera. I can see a little bit out there. Let's go to the next level. Now you can see the kid structure. I can definitely see into the backyard quite well now. Let's go to turbo here. Yeah, I mean, you can see I can light up the entire backyard. And again, the snow is going to reflect light, but I could see off into the woods quite well. Let's look along the side here. I could see into the woods, I would say a solid, I don't know, from where I am out, probably 75 feet. And then it starts to get pretty thick in the woods back there. But yeah, it's a nice balance of a flood and then also throwing a little bit. Definitely more of a flood than throwing, but I would say it's mixed a little bit between the two. Leans maybe 70% flood and then 30% throw. So there's a look at it. All right, let's wrap up talking about the H01 from Thrunite. First off, price point. At the time of this video, which is the end of 2020, this is running $29.99 on Amazon, and you can get a 20% savings right now. So if you want to purchase this, it's definitely a good time to do so. Second thing I'll tell you is that obviously this is the orange version. They also have a green version, which is the Black Scout Survival version of the H01. So if you want to support Black Scout Survival and Jack and what he's doing there over on their channel, pick up one of the Black Scout Survival versions. You can head over to their website, the Black Scout Survival website, and then obviously Amazon is selling them. Just look for BSS, Black Scout Survival, in relation to this headlamp. So that's a couple of details as far as, if you want to buy it. I've got links down below in the description section if you want to head over there and pick up one as well. Let's talk about the actual functionality. I like that you have almost 700 lumens of output. The next thing I'll tell you about the output is that the vast majority of times that I've tried Thrunite lights and run them for a long time on that turbo output, I don't see A, a significant drop, or B, a drop within that time span. Usually it runs longer than the time span that they note. Now, that being said, I'd like to see this run longer than, a little over a minute, let's say, at that highest output officially. But as far as how Thrunite flashlights work for me, they always run significantly beyond the allotted time it says at the turbo setting. So that's just a quick note for you. I will tell you that I like the fact that it's lightweight. I like the overall functionality. Your SOS is nice for a headlamp, easy to operate. I do like the fact that you can adjust it easily up and down. Another thing I'll mention to you is that I had a buddy who's a runner and he dropped a Petzl headlamp, and because it's plastic and it's cold here in New England, it just shattered on him when he dropped it. And this thing is solid. It's made of metal, right? So you got that rubber, basically attachment point there, and then the strap, and then the actual headlamp. So it's going to be more robust. I do think, like I said before, that light that comes out of the top to show you how much the charge is, I'd like to see more of a spectrum there. So, or broken out within the spectrum there, so it's not like a very high amount of battery power to a very low amount of battery power, all with one color. So I think they could improve that. But, for 30 bucks, and then if you're saving 20% off, you're saving another, let's say, $6 or so. That's quite a nice savings, and it's a nice flashlight for what you're paying. The question always with these reviews is, when I don't have these lights for a long time, is what's the overall durability look like? My experience with Thrunite has been pretty good. I've had some, very few, but I've had some that have had issues in the future, but generally they've been pretty rugged for me. So yeah, I think it's a nice little headlamp. It's not going to give you, 3,000 lumens of output. It's not made to do that. But this thing is super compact. If you just kind of wrap this up like this, throw a rubber band around that, and then throw it into a kit, throw it into a bag. Now you've got a headlamp. You can take it out and carry it as an EDC flashlight, obviously, if you just remove it from the attachment there. So overall, yeah, I think budget friendly, seems solidly made, and I'll be using this thing in the future. As always, I'll report in if there's any issues with it, and also, as it works well for me in the future, I'll let you guys know about that as well. So let's hear your thoughts on the Thrunite H01 headlamp. What do you like? What would you change? Let's get that conversation started in the comment section. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.